Welcome to an all-new LayItOmni. Allow me to lay it on you. This TikToker right here decided she wanted to say the N-word to the entire world, while simultaneously being able to pave her way to a new career opportunity at the same time? Huh?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Hello internet, my name is Omni. I will be your resident blackie today. As a member of the Black Delegate, I recognize when racial issues occur around the world, especially when it involves black people. Most of you at home are dying to know, how do I feel about it? Because I am black. We literally just covered this same situation 2 weeks ago with a YouTuber by the name of Master Oogway, and now it is literally happening again. This lady rose to fame using the exact same tactic, by saying the N-word. Now, before we dive into this bizarre rabbit hole and take a look at this lady's adventure, I just want to make one thing clear, okay? One disclaimer. White people, if you're at home, you're watching, I get it. I'm not even joking. I truly do. This must be absolutely tragic for you guys. Being told that there's a forbidden word in your vocabulary that you can't use, that's gotta piss you off, because that would piss me off. If I'm a white person, I'd be like, what do you mean I can't say nigga? I created the word. I invented it. I'm at the top of the food chain, okay? I'm at the top of the world race tier list, okay? DLC, patches and all, still #1, baby.
How freaking dare you?
Somewhere in your local area is a white person who wants to say the N-word. If you call in now, you can help them so they can finally say it. People are literally losing their minds by not being able to say this word, but it's not just the N-word. There's something in the air, okay? I think it's because it's 2024, but people are trying to bring everything back. They want to be able to say the R word. They want to be able to say the F word. Everyone is tired of PC culture and vigility and sensitivity, okay? All of it is getting thrown out the window and everybody wants to just say whatever the hell they want. So let's talk about it. This phenomenon specifically that I like to call the N-word crisis, okay? Let's start off with Exhibit A. Apparently it all started here. This person goes by the name of Lily, and yeah, apparently she thought she was cooking.
That's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass niggas.
Okay, my first impression of this clip might surprise you. I actually thought it came out pretty smooth, like butter. She said the N-word like this was something that's been part of her vocabulary since birth, like she was one of us. I actually wasn't very mad when hearing it. Shocked, surprised, yes. But there's a difference between somebody who like says the N-word and you know that they're forcing it in order to make content, and this one kind of felt very smooth, a little too smooth. So as you can imagine, the internet said, huh? And called her out on using the N-word, and this is how she responded. Somebody literally said in the comments, married to who? With 3 question marks, and she said, you heard me. You heard what I said. Standing on business. You gotta respect it. You might not like it, but you know, at least she's not half-assing it. So as she started getting public outlash, this was her second TikTok, her response to the first TikTok where she dropped the N-word.
So a recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community, and all the backlash just really made me, you know, just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
You're gonna call us racist. You're gonna call us potential Timothy McVeighs. You. War.
I'm just pausing because I'm pretty sure that clip gives me copyright strike. She said she didn't care, and she said freedom of speech. If the First Amendment is intended to protect anything, it's intended to protect offensive speech. If you're not going to offend anyone, you don't need protection. Larry Flint. Anyway, it was at this point where I started to get a little bit less interested in the situation because I recognized that homie wasn't really about that life. She didn't have the riz. I realized now she had a great Academy Award performance by saying the N-word the first time, but the follow-up, come on, nah, just corny as hell. So guys at home, I have a question for you. What happens next? All right, we got a white girl who decided to say the N-word. She doubled down and said freedom of speech, bitches. What are you going to do about it? What do you think happens next? If you guessed she gets fired from her job, you are correct. Only days later, 1 or 2 days later, her employer over here decided to say this. It reads here, Roth. We at Roth of the Carolinas want to address a recent incident that has caused concern and upset amongst our stakeholders. A newly hired employee made inflammatory remarks on social media that do not align with the values and beliefs of our company. We want to make it clear that these sentiments are not representative of our organization, and we do not condone or support such behavior. As soon as we were made aware of the situation, we took immediate action to pull the employee from her assignment, which is not directly with any client of ours, and the employee in question is no longer with our company. We are owned and operated by African American female and immigrant owned business and handled the situation as quickly as we could. Dang. She made these comments and said these things while working under a black woman? You hate to see it. Continuing, we want to ensure that you are committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and respectful work environment where all individuals valued and respected. We understand the importance of upholding our principles of equality and understanding, and we will continue to strive to create a culture of respect within our organization. We appreciate the support and trust of our community. Yada, 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 yada. Thank you for understanding and continued partnership. Sincerely, Rolf of the Carolinas. She got canned, okay? Tale as old as time. We've seen it a billion times on the internet where someone does something wild on social media, whether it's saying the N-word or saying something else or doing something, and then people find out where they work, and then their employers are like, nah, we not about this life, and then they fire them, and then they lose their jobs. But she becomes a martyr for free speech, and instead of just being canned altogether and being tossed off to the wayside, she's being lifted like freaking Spider-Man after the freaking train scene. Like somehow saying the N-word is a noble sacrifice that must be propped and protected. Following that situation, she made a tweet saying, "Thanks, Black community, for helping to launch my new career in conservative media." You all played your role well, like the puppets you are, heart emoji. Insisting that it was the rage of a bunch of black people on the internet that basically got her fired and propped her as to becoming the new Ben Shapiro or whatever it is she thinks that she is. This grift, this rage bait was so freaking obvious that people who were on the alt-right are being like, hey, come on, you can't just... You can't just say the N-word and just join our team. Okay, we've been over here for a long time, all right? Establishing a platform, propping people up over here on the right. Okay, you can't just jump on our side by saying the N-word, getting canceled from your job. There's no way. Ian Miles Chung saying this just reeks of demographic pandering. Woman claims to not find gym bros hot and finds blue-collar mechanics hot instead, all while dressed in a bikini and making faces. We need to have a conversation about people who speed run the right-wing grift. So she's not fooling anyone. It's very obvious what she's doing here. She's even getting called by people that you would consider to be alt-rights or conservatives and being like, hey, stop it. I get it what you're trying to do, and nah, not that easy. So what happens next? She gets banned on TikTok. It's completely gone. Where does she go from here? Apparently, she appears on InfoWars, making her first podcast appearance. You guys know how this works now, right? People are going to basically pay her to come onto the platform to kind of basically squeeze and use and manipulate her and take advantage of this whole news segment. And that's probably going to be it. There's no way she's going to become like a host for any of these things, but she will be extrapolated for any kind of income they can make off of this situation.
I think this is your first public interview. Is this your first public interview?
Yes, I had to save it for my favorite InfoWars warrior.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, we're very honored.
If you want to live in a free country, freedom of speech is the most important part. That's the only way you can preserve the rest of your freedoms. That is the fundamental freedom in this country. And it's really under attack these days. Like everybody wants to be a victim. And so, let's be real. There's not a lot of racism in this country. There is racism in other countries, but I won't mention that because we're talking about America right now. But in America, you're pretty damn lucky to be, born in this country. And that's my opinion on that. So, people can take a word out of context and they love to do that. And so they have to have a racist. So I'm a perfect racist for them. You know what I mean? So I think it's just willful ignorance, people taking things out of context, and they have to have a villain. So if I'm going to...
So I don't know if he's laughing at her, the absurdity, maybe he agrees with her, I'm not sure. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to go dig too much into this, but you won't be surprised. She follows a whole bunch of pages, like white supremacy. She likes to drop the F word, okay? She likes to fit into that bucket, and there's a lot of replies and stuff that kind of just point to the fact that she probably is racist, but she's saying that she's not. And now she's trying to raise funds like she's the goddamn president. Using the GoFundMe, saying over the past few days, my life has been turned around and I'm now in a bit of a predicament. You may know me from my videos on TikTok, and you may have noticed that I'm not there anymore. The left have gotten me fired from my main form of employment due to my advocacy of free speech. It's unfair that we can't say the words we want in America without getting censored. It makes no freaking sense. This fundraiser is a bit high, I know, but that's because I have a plan to create my own platform that advocates for free speech as well as taking care of free life expenses that need to be handled. You guys can't see over here, but it's a $35,000 goal here, and you can't actually see who is donating to her or how much is actually being filled. Give what you can. If not, I understand. I will fight for our rights to speech regardless. Thank you, and God bless America. And no one else. Now you guys are all caught up. Now you're here at the president. We're at the to be continued version. What will happen with Lily? Will she be donated all of this money, then prop up and create her own platform? Will she join Rumble or Kick or come out here on Twitter and just say whatever they want? Will she fade out of her relevancy? Who knows? Who cares? That's just the story right now of a woman who decided to say the N-word and well got. So now that you have the information that you probably came here to find out, now you're probably wondering, just how do I feel about it overall? I'm going to lean back, okay? Whenever I lean back in my videos, it's because I'm about to get a little bit more real. As the resident blackie that I've told you already from the beginning of this video, I have a couple of ways that I could react to this situation that kind of puts me in a lose-lose. You see, if I get angry, then I'm a rage baiter, okay? I should not be reacting to a word. It should not have so much power over me. I should not be going out there and saying, no, don't do that. Don't capitalize on using a word that, basically dehumanizes the concept of black people. Nah, does not do that. So I'm not really allowed to be mad at it. But if I'm okay with it, if I say, yeah, sure, let her say it, then I'm a freaking coon. That's right. I'm anti-black, pro-white. I'm working for the white boys. I'm shucking and jiving in the background, trying to collect me a white check from Disney. So there's really no real stance that you can take in this situation as a black person that somehow puts you in a position of not looking petty. Which is why after my entire tenure on the internet, being here and seeing this case being played over and over and over again has led me to kind of just feeling like, you know what? I honestly do not care. If they become popular and successful for it, then all right, cool. It is what it is. If they get canceled, then I'm going to look the other way and be like, damn, bro. Anyway, I'm not trying to say that it doesn't matter and somehow put myself above you guys at home who might feel like this is important, that you do care, okay? Let me just make that very clear. What I'm saying is that I'm just not interested in being like so emotionally absorbed when I can tell when people are purposely trying to use this word as a clear vehicle to achieve some kind of like agenda that I, again, just don't care about. Like, I see what's happening. It's very clear. And the amount of times that I see these things happen over a period of time is just so much that I don't have the RAM and the capacity to care about every single time it does happen. Now, for those of you guys who are at home who are watching this video, that's right. I have a message directly to you if you're listening and or watching, all right? Pay attention, all right? And it might get me canceled. It's a bit controversial, but you know what? Screw it. I'll say it anyway. If you are a non-black person watching this video, you are allowed to say the N-word. That's right, man. You got it. Go ahead. You want to say it? Go ahead and say it. If you want to go say it to a black person, go ahead and say it. You have that. That's something that you can do. I won't take that away from you. Tell them I sent you and said that, yes, that you are allowed to say it. But don't be surprised that there's not a cause and effect. Because the actual issue here, guys, isn't saying the N-word. That's actually surprisingly not the end all be all. The actual issue here is that people don't want to face consequences for their actions. They feel like they should be able to say and almost do anything they want without any kind of repercussion. And that is what true freedom is. And I can't sign off on that. There are always consequences to actions, to things that you say and things that you do. Okay? I can't take that away. We can't somehow legalize the fact that you can do whatever the hell you want without nothing ever happening to you as a result. I think it's just people are scared. I think people are scared of the consequences. I mean, just own up to it. If you really want to say or do something so badly, then also own up to what potentially can happen to you back. I think that's the only way that you can basically move forward. And I'm just a random dude on the internet, okay? I'm not creating the consequences. I'm not saying how people should get punished. I just watch it happen and see how it plays out. And I kind of know what's going to happen just because, yeah, I've seen it 1,000 times. Anyway, that's all I have for this episode of LayItOmni. You've just been laid. Moral of the story, energy in, energy out, okay? Be careful what kind of energy you put into the world because the world might put in energy just as equal right back at you, okay? I feel like that can be the moral of the story for almost every kind of story that we talk about on here, but this one very specifically because I feel like all of this could have been avoided, right? It just did not need to happen, and yet we are here. Was it worth it for Lily? I have to imagine probably not. She's pissed off black people. She's pissed off certain white people. She's even pissed off the racist people that she was trying to join because they found out things about her and, you know, kind of underestimated just how hateful they are, right? She pissed off every single person. And now a lot of people are just waiting to see if she drops that OnlyFans because that seems to be the only route of revenue that she's going to be able to achieve within the next foreseeable future. N-word debate, I feel like, can go on literally for freaking ever, you know? Like people saying like, wow, don't give the word so much power and blah, blah, blah. You can write an entire book. We can have an entire class where people debate about the concept and the origin and the usage of the word, the N-word in 2024. And honestly, I don't care. I'm much more of a practical kind of person. And I know that right now we are in a place and age where, yeah, if you say it, you might F around and you might find out. Okay. Let me know how you guys feel at home though. Okay. What do you think about the N-word pandemic, the N-word crisis? Okay. The fact that everyone's trying to bring everything back. Okay. Do you think Lily should have got canceled? Do you think it was unrighteous? Do you think people are too soft? What do you guys think in the comments below? And then again, if you're curious to see how some of your black friends might feel, go ahead, share them with this video. All right. If you're a white person at home, just be like, hey, Lamar. What do you think of this video? Okay, if you want to know what your resident black thinks about the situation, go ahead and send them this video. I love you guys. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed everything, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and I'll catch you later. All right, peace.